around the room for the record so we know who's here. Chris Rogers, County Board.
Clerk Duda, County Board.
Shirley Nelson, DCYC. Janae Pancook, Operation Youth Success.
Marco Floor, DCYC.
Brad Alexander, Douglas County Youth Center.
Diane Carlson, Deputy County Administrator.
Constance Meyerndorf, Clerk's Office.
Catherine Hall, County Administration.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looking at my calendar.
Who am I?
I was gonna say I wish I was somewhere else, but I won't say that. Patrick Bloomingdale, County Administrator.
Sean Schoenfair, Douglas County Juvenile Assessment Center.
Mary Vice, Juvenile Probation.
Joe Lorenz, County Finance Director.
P.J. Morgan, County Commissioner.
You can say something if you want to.
Jamal Biden, DMC Coordinator, Douglas.
Pam Murphy, County Administration. Amber Park, Operation Youth Success.
Okay, this is basically, you all don't have budget increases, but the board basically last year came to agreement that even if you didn't come before the board, they wanted to know, so they're gonna do it through committees. I basically, and everybody here, but I definitely wanna just understand what's in there, understand what the workings of it is, so if I'm asked on the street, I can say it, and I'm not caught off guard, so, Brad, you have to leave, so we'll go with you.
Okay.
First about your budget.
All right.
So, you wanna start?
Sure. First of all, we got Shirley Nelson over here and Mark LaFleur. They're with us at the Douglas County Youth Center. So they, the three of us, and then Rondi Woodard, took this opportunity to go on vacation. But he's also a large part of the budget presentation, and I want to just say thank you to those folks. With that. The 2018-2019 budget for the Douglas County Youth Center that we have proposed is $8,819,629. That is $27,000.
Say that again.
$8,819,629.
Okay.
And that is $27,426 under the target budget of $8,847,055 as prescribed by the Douglas County Board. We have forecasted our revenues at $5,524,599. So when you factor in the revenues as compared to our expenses, the total impact of the Douglas County Youth Center on the general fund is $3,295,030. And that is $184,109 less than the forecasted impact in the current fiscal year 2017-2018. So that was a lot of numbers, but I'm real pleased with how our budget worked out for us this year. And there's only
you got that in writing somewhere?
Oh, do I have it in writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've submitted it in Hyperion.
So, can you
Can
put that at some point in the one page and just to share with the board? Is that what you got now?
I can put a one-pager together and,
Yeah.
and send it to you, and you can.
I mean, like I said, I didn't ask for any detail. I just want to talk through it. You all understand, but some stuff you may be requested later. So yeah, if you can put some of that in summary and give it to the board.
I'd be happy to.
That's one for
Oh, is there already one? Okay.
So, with that being said, there's just a few areas that I wanted to touch on here. One of them is payroll. I have mentioned, y'all are familiar with PREA and the impact that's going to have on our staffing. They require a 1-to-8 staff to youth ratio. To comply with that, we needed 10 additional juvenile detention specialists. That's included in this budget. Those new positions are largely offset because of the positions that were lost when the evening reporting center ended this year. That's pretty much how we funded those positions. In addition, we factor in a 2% attrition rate to account for some vacancy savings that we'll certainly realize throughout the course of the year. Overtime is included in that total payroll budget as well. As of yesterday, we were over our overtime budget, $218,151. We are comfortable with the fact that we will not have to increase the overtime budget. We did not propose an increase in the overtime budget for the 2018-2019 budget because of the additional 10 juvenile detention specialists. Also in the in the budget that's new is $10,000 that we had to put in there to pay for the cost of the pre-audit. Outside of the personnel-related items, there's 56 line items. Those total $789,367. That's down from the current fiscal year by $78,675. That's really all I have.
So, talk to me about the expedited position.
Mm-hmm.
And
That will start in, Greg's getting geared up, that starts in July.
so is Greg gonna transition in that pool? So
Yeah,
it'll be
we
his-
gotta get him, Mark's already submitted the request some time ago, actually, to get him online with Justice,
Okay,
which will provide him the information to do that work.
okay. So, to explain to the board, that there was conversation, so you all at the data memo, they're presenting every month, and you've seen the numbers. So the group of, some places have expedited, some places they're in the courts, some places they're in the jail. So Brad and those guys are gonna reposition a person to be the expediator, which basically will run herd on kids sitting in there and not moving, and trying to find a reason why they're there. Start accumulating data in regards to like what's behind the kid there and things like that, so the board can see, and we can start trying to move those kids and sit there and get an understanding why they're trying to address it. So that's the
And that's included in this budget as well.
so,
Expediator.
yeah.
Expedite.
Expedite.
Expedited.
Oh.
Either one sounds good.
So, okay. Anything, I guess knowing this, that's giving me enough information to work with and fill out what's what. Are you budgeting the new price?
No, for the revenue, we did not.
Okay.
They haven't been paying it, so I wasn't comfortable, until that gets resolved, I wasn't comfortable showing the increased per diem.
Okay.
And that's actually the 2:30 meeting that we have today, has to do with that, so.
You know what that is?
No.
Claire would like a little bit more.
So our current rate is 200, per diem is $210
Okay.
and 56 cents. And Joe ran some numbers, and our adjusted rate went to $323. We have been billing probation and HHS that rate since January. And we submit the bill. They pay for all of the kids, but they pay at the $210 rate. And so when Chris asked if we show the increase per diem in our forecast for revenue, well, we haven't.
We can show that we're billing more, but if they're not paying more, it doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And you all, got anything?
And do we know on that what like Lancaster bills?
They, interestingly enough, they bill HHS a slightly higher rate than they bill probation. And I'm going to get, if I recall correctly, you guys might remember.
279.
It was 289, wasn't it?
It
Your
could
memory's
be
better than
289.
mine. 279, 289 is what Lancaster County is billing probation and getting paid. And then it's 3 something for HHS.
And they're getting paid, and we're not.
So that to me makes no sense.
But it's Lancaster, and we're Douglas.
Uh-huh.
So if we, do we write the Ellen, or do we write the,
Good luck. I don't have an answer for that. I think it's above Ellen.
really?
Yeah.
So we write the Havoc?
Yes.
No, I just wanna know who the.
Well, we may, one of the conversations this afternoon will be about going to state claims, which is kind of our appeal process
Oh, really?
to get this resolved.
Oh.
And we've done that in the past, it's been quite a while, but that's available to us. And I wish that it would have happened earlier, but some of you, if all, not all of you, may know that Shaquille moved on to a different position. So his responsibilities, this being one of those, is transitioning to Jennifer Clark, I believe. And she's coming over this afternoon to kind of game plan how we move forward with that.
So how does that work? So basically, you keep billing, you don't budget to get paid, but that sets us puts us in a position for this claim. No, I know,
No.
but this puts us in a position, the billing puts you in a position for the claim action.
Yes.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, right now, if you look at our revenues, what's interesting about the report is that it shows what we've billed, which isn't what we've received. It's probably somewhere between $700 to $800,000 more than what we have received.
Wow. We're from the state where
As the only state employee in the room, I can tell you that none of the other providers have received rate increases either. Last year, all the probation officers in the state took a 6% increase in their insurance costs, and we had a 1% raise. So essentially, our checks were 5% smaller. This year, we get no raise, and our insurance costs have gone down by about $30. But
Did I mention that I wanted us to take over probation?
yeah, so there's that. I'm sure that every provider that we use to serve juveniles would like to have more money, deserves more money.
No, I'm not, I know, my deal with this is not the providers on a whole nother land. To me, this issue is when you're ready to go to the state. And it's hard for them to explain paying one county, the biggest county,
Sure.
smaller than you pay the others.
Sure.
So some of this is just to be on the record, so. Okay, any other questions? All right, so if you can put that summary together, accumulate, I appreciate it. Just to get to the board. All right. Janae, you wanna go?
Yep. So this is basically a synopsis of the Operation Use Success budget. We are 100% grant funded, so we have no general fund dollars in our budget. And we, currently with the first time, we have been at full staff. This year projected to be over budget by $11,000, but I have encumbered funds that weren't spent this fiscal year that will negate that $11,000 shortage, so. And the last page shows kind of our breakout of each category. If anybody has any questions or you want any more detail than that, Chris, I'm happy to provide it.
Janae, just go through a little bit with them just so they know the revenue sources.
Okay, yep, the revenue sources you'll see at the bottom of the last sheet are the Sherwood Foundation for $175,000, Kiewit Foundation is $60,000, Lozier Foundation is another $60,000, Scott Foundation is $60,000, and then we were approved for community-based aid requests for $138,313 to arrive at our, making our budget full.
So, this comes to the board every 6 months, but I asked them to particularly come because there's this perception that the board never lays eyes on this. It does, some people may remember not, but, because it's ran through a grant, that's what it is to some degree. There's not a lot, dynamic to it, but I think when Mike brought up the budget today, I think a lot of those things he saw with 90 employees, I'm assuming that the Nebraska Juvenile Justice Conference travel expenses came through, because that was in May. So that's the only thing I know of to some degree, but it might be something.
We're just going to ask about Kiewit, Lozier, and Scott. So were those renewed for additional 3 years?
Yes.
And when was that done?
They've been trickling in over the last, and I want to publicly really acknowledge and thank Catherine for all of her support, and the rest of the county administration. They help monitor the grants, and Joe and his staff with the fiscal backbone aspect, help us keep track of those reporting things. So Kiewit, we got the letter, I want to say December, January. I can get the exact dates from you.
I'm familiar, but
Yeah.
How about Lozier?
Lozier and Scott, I'm not familiar with it or no.
Okay, I can get you the.
Yeah, we just want to make sure, because I don't recall seeing the Lozier and Scott letters.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that because usually what happens, they come in, the letter and the check comes into me, and I give it to Sherry Alvin. So I just, if you can, I just
Yep.
need to get my memory refreshed.
Yep, you got it.
So just to recap, we go on. For you all, because any of you all are welcome to come to the meetings. I'm saying like board members. The meetings are the third Thursday of the month in this room, 8:30. pretty much convened to try to go over and address concentrated issues. So right now, there's the meeting that's been probably gonna be in this kind of strategic focus to kind of see what the next phase or next direction is for the next 3 months or so. So you're welcome to come, and sit in if you want. Other than that, any other questions?
That meeting's the third Thursday.
Third Thursday.
At 9,
8:30
8:30,
in this room.
every month.
Yep.
And I can add you to the calendar invite if that, and you can just decline if it doesn't work. but
You know,
I'll
that'd be
send it.
great. And I'm not sure if you have my email, but it's easy, pmorgan@pjmorgan.com. pmorgan@pjmorgan.com. That'd be great,
You bet.
just to see them. I'm surprised Karen doesn't put it out to us, because she sends us so many.
That's true.
No, that's the thing, this was run through Karen, so Curtis told us to do that, so, yeah. And I guess the detail of it to know if, with the, it's the separate stakeholder group kind of handles some of that. The board has agreed to be the fiscal agent since the start, so it adheres to all our line principles, all of that to some degree. And being the fiscal agent to some degree, the board, the human resources here handles the HR functions for us, so that's the piece of it. Nobody else? All right, Mary? Go for it.
I did not bring a lot of details either, but so in juvenile probation, our Douglas County piece are the operating expenses, chairs, pens, pencils, computer. Most of our budget goes to IT.com for their support. We have tried pretty hard to be frugal in keeping our expenses confined, and our furniture, things like that, to things we get from the basement and the warehouse. We've leased computers to save money. We have saved some money doing that. We were just asking for a little bit more for furniture. We have file cabinets in there that are literally rusty. We do have kids, families in there. And I would like to be able to make the building as nice as we can make the Keyline building, and looking forward to the hope that we'll be able to move out of there to a new space in a few years. So I just did a couple sheets on what we do in the Keyline building, and the last page does include the portion of the state's financial support of juvenile probation for Douglas County.
Couple things, some of the furniture companies like Almace or somebody wanna almost donate file cabinets.
I would be happy to ask them, they have not done that yet, but we
Has
worked
anyone
through
asked them though?
purchasing. We have to go through Douglas County purchasing to do that.
I mean, cause it would be a charitable contribution. And
To
you
the-
also, you know, you might email me what you're needing
Okay.
and what it's for and the work you do, a couple paragraphs. And then I may be able to talk to a couple companies or whatever, if you said, hey, here's a picture of kind of what we're wanting to get. You never know if ConAgra or somebody else may have some files.
Sure.
That they would be changing things, and I can at least, won't cost you anything for me to at least try to see, and you could say in there that that would be a charitable donation.
I'm happy to do that.
Okay, and then the other thing, I assume you pay rent where you are?
We do, and that comes out of Douglas County properties.
Is that the best place for you to be, right downtown? I don't mean the best building, but I mean the best place to be right down here, or are you saying, hey, I'd rather be out on 45th or somewhere?
Juvenile probation officers have to be in court a lot more.
Okay.
The adult probation offices are scattered throughout the city, which works better. But because of the way juvenile court, works, the access that we need, to the courts is pretty immediate, all day, every day. Now, the probation officers are out in the community. They're at the schools,
Right.
they're at Boys Town, they're at Omaha Home for Boys. They do most of their work in the field. But between 8 and 5, a lot of their work that happens is over in the courthouse.
Think about that, talk with your staff, and then
Sure.
you might send me another email, that'll be your limit too. And just say,
Sure.
you know, I think our people would consider something east of 50th or whatever, and maybe talk to your staff about it. I mean, I've done that with our office,
Sure.
because we do things all over. And let me know, and how many square feet, I don't know how many square feet and how many employees. Now, Union Pacific, ConAgra, and those companies try to be sure that per employee, they're around 180 to 220 square feet, and that gives you conference room. Patrick?
You know, the plan is to put them in the tower.
Okay, I didn't know that was for
Yeah, they own
sure,
it.
okay, that's good, okay, perfect.
And that will help facilitate, you know,
Okay,
the
I
communication.
just wanted to be sure,
Yeah,
then don't send the other.
okay, I
email.
won't.
You're back to your one.
The one email.
And we just have to be sure that the tower is gonna be built too.
Yeah.
You can't cut that for like you know.
So the board should know, so when Michelle comes for the board, that the JDI memo that you got presented, it'll be on the 19th agenda, so technically, she works with probation. Mary, we fund that through CBA, so there's an agreement, so in that budget is that piece too, so that's the tie there. And there's also a data person that's specifically charged to that QRS and other related deals. They just fulfilled that position here recently, so that person is now on to some degree. Other than that, so Mary, talk to me a little bit, because when we talked before, you said you were trying to hold off, but like in the coming years, what are you seeing that may need to be? You don't see anything that you think is outside of what Joe allocates for the department?
I don't anticipate changes. I don't anticipate that we're gonna get more staff, at this point.
While you're here, just I'm curious in dynamics. So say another judge, what's been the increased dynamics? I mean, you got more staff, but you mentioned the back and forth. What's been the increased dynamics with the new judge?
I think we'll see kids move through the system a lot faster,
Okay.
because we'll have more docket time.
Okay. If they get a new judge, you already need new staff. If they get additional, if they get 8, maybe 7.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, I don't think so. The only, if we need to speed up the time that we do predisposition investigations, we might need a couple more staff. That would be the only,
Okay.
at the most, maybe 2. But the number of children that we serve is not increasing, it's been steady for the past 4.5 years.
Anybody else? Okay, so I'm just noting to the board. I'll just put you all on notice for the state, juvenile court, I'm gonna put on the agenda for the big board meeting. They didn't have an increase, so I asked them to come. I've been having this dialogue all week about, you know, coming or not. And so my deal was I expected them to be here, because I didn't want to do it in public. They didn't have to do it. Yeah. Now, and so we look like we're about to quit. They're not gonna get it. So they're not gonna have an increase, but when you see it on there in 19, that's why.
Right.
And for the simple fact is, yeah, you know, it was past drama, and they didn't come to this meeting, and it wasn't a lot, so that was fine, waste of time. But the budget, they do have to come ask us for money. And my point with them is I want to know what's in it, even if you don't increase, so they're gonna be there. It's gonna be on the agenda, they're not, and if it's 2 minutes, it'll be that. But it's kind of like a precedence thing. So I expected the board asked to see what's in their budget, and then asked for it. I expect them to come and give us some time. That's the deal. If it shows up. Other than that, I just wanted you to feel what's there. Appreciate everybody coming. See you all, may not be July because of the holidays, but August, because of, so August, we'll probably meet again and start going